One community, it's our anniversary. Let's take a look back and celebrate all that God has done. Here are the top 12 tips to plant a church OCC style and survive a pandemic. Let's go. Tip number 1, be Jamaican. Or know someone that's Jamaican, marry someone that's Jamaican, or travel to Jamaica. There's something about that island country, Servant Spirit loves to have fun, that describes our lead pastor, Dr. Conway Edwards. You may not always understand what he's saying, but you know the heart and spirit behind it. Tip number 2, if you're planting a church, find a living room. After 12 years, we have more than 10,000 members at our physical campuses and online 40,000 for weekend services. But in 2008, the church house was at Yo House. 10 couples met for church in one living room. In the last 12 years, we watched God multiply seeds of faithfulness. Tip number 3, use props. Hobby Lobby needs to be your friend. We love props, and sometimes the bigger, the better. We've used a donkey, ATM machine, a wrestling rink, a Jeep, a Corvette, a coffee shop, barber shop, a gym, if you can believe it, a lounge, a campfire, a basketball goal, trampolines, an ambulance, a vending machine, a stadium, a mountain, a life-size football, a beachfront, a bedroom scene, a yoga studio, several beds, dozens of mannequins, costumes, and construction equipment. Just to name a few. Tip number 4, specialize in special events. Yes, you are bringing people closer to God, but you're also bringing people closer to each other. Our goal is to see God transform lives and then to see those people transform their communities. Now, with our online family, God's digital footprint is in communities across America and 10 different countries. Tip number 5, close all your rings. If you're a part of the dream team at one community, you'll definitely get your steps in, whether it's a mall, a parade, community event. From 2008 to 2019, we passed out thousands of flyers across North Texas, met some amazing families, and prayed with people in need. Tip number 6 goes along with tip number 5, pray circles around your dream building. That's exactly what we did before we purchased our first building back in 2011. We didn't just pray, but we circled the building in prayer. Since then, we've launched 3 other physical campuses in Louisville, Prosper, and Dallas. Which brings us to tip number 7, cancel your brunch plans. In 2012, we were up to 6 services, 2 on Saturday and 4 on Sunday. We were moving tables, stacking chairs, hauling cables, directing traffic, teaching kids, greeting families every Sunday. Brunch is out of the question. Instead of feeding your tummy, you'll be feeding your spirit. Tip number 8, when you can't find childcare, alternate Bible study. We've done this from the beginning, but it came in handy in 2013 when Women's Bible Study, thanks to Jada Edwards, hit 1,300 in attendance. In 2019, we hit 2,500 at 3 locations. Now we're up to 5,000 on live stream. Tip number 9, have a good slogan, or a good hook, or a good hashtag.
Preach, Pastor! Preach, Pastor!
Tip number 10, max out. Our leader is all in, so we're all in. Push the limits and capacity with ministry across campuses for kids, students, couples, singles, missions, and creative. Tip number 11, max out with some of the best servant leaders and volunteers. And tip number 12, it's time to pivot and do it all again. Developing neighborhood champions, staying humble and hungry, planting thousands of churches and homes every week.